Okay, so we have a 2003 Super Duty 6-liter V8. It's a Power Stroke turbo diesel, and we have a gasket that's leaking diesel fuel onto the engine block. The gasket is right in front of that bowl where the fuel collects. Right where he's got his hand is where the gasket is leaking. There's 4 Torx bolts. Those are T25s, and the fuel line going in, the nut on there is going to be a 21 millimeter. We did not have a 21 millimeter, so we used a 13/16. And one thing that we did not do is remove that radiator hose to begin with. There's the 21 millimeter right there. So if you remove this radiator hose when you first start, if that's the first thing you do, this job shouldn't take you more than an hour to complete. We did not take it off to begin with. We learned as we went, but we eventually got this radiator hose out of the way, and everything did go smoothly after that. Okay, so here's that one breaking loose the fuel line. That's a 13/16 or 21 millimeter. There is an O-ring that's holding that connection together, so you might want to replace that when you expose it. Another thing that we did not do is we did not relieve the fuel pressure. One thing that you can do to relieve the fuel pressure is go slowly at first, and you'll either hear it or you'll see the fuel coming out of there. Or you could also, on the top there where he's going to be pointing to in a second, right there, you can loosen that up slowly, and that'll relieve the fuel pressure as well. After that, you just keep turning that nut to relieve that fuel line. That's the first thing you have to do. If you take those Torx out first and then try to do that, you're going to bend that fuel line. So make sure that you release that nut first. Okay, so this is what I talked about earlier. We ran into the problem where this last bolt here that he's going to be pointing to in a little bit after you see the light in there. You really can't see it that well, but he'll be putting a screwdriver back there right where he's tapping at. The radiator hose is in the way. We found that out. So after we get this radiator hose out the way, you can see the clamp down there. It's kind of hard to get to, but you can get to it. Regular pair of pliers. And on the top here, here's another hose clamp. You just take that out of the way, and everything should go smoothly after that. Pinch it again. Okay, hold that right there. Okay, there it goes. Watch out. That wasn't too much. Yeah, just move it off the concrete.
Yeah.
Okay, so that wasn't that much. And then let's get that other one that's down here. We'll get that out of the way.
And pinch it. Alright.
How much was the gasket?
It was $10.
$10.
Yep, a little small gasket for $10.
Did it come with anything or just a gasket?
Just a gasket. Hey, come on. Damn.
Okay, so what I'm showing you here is the old gasket. See how flat it is? I'm trying to turn it slowly so you can see the profile of actually how flat it is. And that's a 2003, 136,000 miles. It's 8 years old. The first time that this has been serviced. After a while, that will happen. The gaskets just wear out, and you can see this is a new gasket. How round it is. That's how it's supposed to be when you first install a new gasket. Again, this is the old one. I'm just showing you the divots that are in it from where it was. It was inside of here, and you can see the divots that are right there and right there, and those after time just formed on the gasket from all the high pressure that it had to go through. Alright, we got the gasket in, and she's going back on right now. So you gotta be somewhat careful with this. Make sure that gasket doesn't shift when you're putting it back in there. That way you don't pinch it and have to go buy another $10 gasket.
Oh, that bitch is hot. Alright, man, I see the screw.
Alright. Well, I don't know where you left that one, so here.
Alright, the ratchet.
And this work is easier if you let the vehicle cool down for like a day.
The bitch is hot.
Because it was pretty hot.
Son of a gun. There it goes. Hold a minute. Wait a minute.
Or another thing you could try doing is wearing gloves. But we're broke. We're cheap. We don't have any gloves. Remember, you want to have all of them on there until that's when you want to start tightening everything up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There it is right there. Underneath the screwdriver.
Alright. Everything's out wet because of the coolant. Alright.
Next one?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright.
Good?
Good.
Alright. Now we're going to start tightening up.
I'm gonna get the rag because I'll be driving.
Yeah. Okay, so we got everything back together, and now we're going to put the coolant in to replace the coolant that we lost. And this full strength coolant, so we're going to water it down. And I think we might have lost like a gallon. So that was half a gallon. And
still more.
There's where we were working at, down there. And then did we put this switch back? We didn't put this switch back.
Oh yeah, damn. Where's your water hose at, Mario?
It's on the corner, the back corner of the trailer. Okay. Okay, so right here, what we're doing is we're running the vehicle and checking to see if there's any more fuel leaks. There is no more fuel leaks. You want to check your radiator hoses because you did take them off. You want to make sure that they're not leaking, and you want to check your coolant level inside your reservoir just to make sure that you have it at the right operating level. If you don't have it at the right level, top it off. You can run it like that for a little bit, but not for too long if you don't have enough coolant like we did. But you at least want to get it to the minimum level inside the reservoir. You want to run it long enough to where you make sure that the thermostat opened up and the level went down inside the reservoir. If you drive it off right away after it's cooled down, after you top it off, that thermostat isn't going to be open. It's going to open when you're down the road, and you're not going to know it. The only clue you're going to have is your temperature warning light might come on, and then it might be too late. So just make sure that you have it at the right level, run the vehicle, and then top it off after that.